On October 10th, Dr. Bonnie Mullinix facilitated a Friday live session where she introduced us to word cloud and in particular using Wordle and Jing to generate word clouds. And she does a great job of talking about and helping us think through various ways that we might use word clouds in facilitating learning and demonstrates how to use Jing to capture and copy and paste text. She also in the session demonstrates and talks about the Adobe Connect Word Cloud add-on that is free. So if you use Adobe Connect, that might be something that you'll be interested in checking out. So let's get to the demonstration.
Name, even if I might not know how to share it. So what I'm going to do is take you through a little demo right now with your permission, and go through the steps that are involved in opening the syllabus, copying all the text elements that describe a particular course, and then we're going to go to Wordle.net and create the word cloud. And I'm going to use Jing initially to capture this, but when I get somewhere else I will use Snagit, and I'll show you why I like one or the other a little bit more for something else, and look to you all to correct me. Before we go through these, I'm going to go straight to Wordle. And I don't even have to put Wordle.net. Wordle is such a wonderfully little place. It'll take me directly out to there. Now, what I've suggested in what I've given you is usually I go straight to create, and I can even type stroke create at the end and save that so that I don't have to go through this search again. It will take me straight to the paste a bunch of text area, which is what I really want. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to be able to go out to my syllabus. And here is a syllabus for the course that I'm teaching, and if I have my select tool on, which I do, I can grab as much of this as I want, whether it's in PDF or Word form, and I'll probably leave out the resources, and sometimes I will just do the description if there's too much in there that I don't think is relevant. So I think I know this doesn't actually have a lot of the resources in it. So I'm just going to take the whole thing and I'm going to copy it however you like to copy. I tend to do a Control-C because I'm always in, oh, I hope I got that. I don't trust it. I don't want to waste a time flipping back and forth, so I'm just going to grab it one more time. Something's coming up in chat. I will not be seeing it necessarily. Okay, so now I can come here and I can paste a whole bunch of text. Wordle is really wonderful in the way that it does word clouds. Some of them will have a limit, but Wordle does not have a limit. So as long as you do that and click go, and by the way, you can also enter a URL, a blog feed, any web page, and you can capture that very quickly. I'm going to hit go, and we're going to have a word cloud. After we run Java, because it is Java generated, and here's our first word cloud of this particular. Now, if I don't particularly like the way this word cloud looks, I'm going to make it a little smaller just so we can see the bottom. I can open it in a new window, I can print, I can randomize. I'm going after the randomize button because I can just go through and say, it's too boring. okay, I kind of like that, but I don't like that it's running the way it is. I want things to be a little different. And I can keep going on like this, and it'll randomize till I see the bright thing I want, or the less vivid, or the one that I can turn on its side. So I have a few options. Let's say I like this one, though. I can then say, what I don't like about it is that everything seems to be pointing up that way. I have the wrong orientation for what I want. So I can go right up here into layout, and I can say I'd really like some rounder edges. Okay, there I'm a little more round. And then I can say I'd really like any which way because I'm feeling kind of wild. Or, you know what, I really don't want that. That doesn't look quite as clear as perhaps if I choose mostly horizontal. Oh, that's getting closer to what I want. And I can change the color. If I don't particularly like kindled, I can change it to shooting star. And then if I didn't like that font, which it shows me that it's doing tank light, I can choose something like duality. And that gets me a little bit of a smoother side. So we don't want everyone to get caught up in how you make these changes, but we do want to say, oh, there is some stuff that we can do with this. And we can get a little bit creative. So now I have something that I potentially like and I want. I can print this, and I can print it to a printer, print it to PDF, and then pull it up from somewhere else. And I've done that before. But my favorite way is actually to use Jing. And I have shared the screen that doesn't have my sun on it, but let's see if I can move the sun over so that you can see it. I really like having a little Jing sun. And I've found that even more preferable in some ways than to snag it, just because for capturing an image, all you have to do once you've downloaded Jing is go up to your sun, you get the capture. If you want to see what you've had before, you can go into your history and you'll see that in fact I've captured a few things, including this in a different iteration, and it gives me my images. But what I want to do is capture right now. So I basically click on the crosshairs, use the crosshairs to highlight what it is that I want to save. And then I say capture, and then I say copy, and then I go to, let's say, a new Word document. Or I go to an email, or I go directly into my LMS and I paste it and I have it. Or I put it in the PowerPoint or wherever I happen to be. So there we go. And that is basically the process for going through Wordle to get a word cloud and to capture it and to give your students a view of your course. I already mentioned ways that we might do that in order to get my own bio or my own personal introduction. All right, I'm going to take, just before I go on to the next demonstration with Snagit and some research stuff, we're going to come back into, and move my share off to the side.